everybody.
Hey.
Oh, oops, he had already muted that.
One take one, Marco.
And just like that, a month later, 2 weeks after we promised, we're back.
To be honest, I was like, maybe I'll never come back to anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
do know what you mean.
Of all the shit that's been going down, it's like, I think this is real postpartum depression. I think she's here.
I think it's that on top of a few other things. Did you make a document?
No.
I'm so... You did.
No.
We're raw dogging today's episode.
In the kitchen, I said, let's just have a conversation.
Well, I hadn't even looked yet this morning. I brought the iPad out here, but then after being accused of many things, I didn't even open it before I realized...
Oh, girl, you don't need it.
Are you sure I don't?
There's no document. I got some stuff we could talk about.
No hot topics?
Well, there's hot topics. You know what I'm saying?
Through everything that's been going on, have you been able to follow what's been going on with Blake Lively, Justin Baldini, Travis?
You know,
and...
as a person who electively evacuated,
this is the craziest part about you.
All I can think about is Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
I haven't looked into it, so I was hoping you could give me a recap, but that's later.
Okay.
I mean, we can't just jump into that.
No. So let's talk about it. You know, Whitney Cummings, who's a person I'd love to have on this podcast, already did a podcast called The Engulfed Coast, and I thought that was such a great title for those of us surviving the Los Angeles wildfires.
I have not yet seen that.
I haven't seen it either. I just saw the title.
But I have been consuming a lot of her, and so I think it would be nice this year, like I say every year, to dabble in guests.
In a guest that's not blood related.
But I cannot commit to like a couch setup. We're picking them up in the car and we're going wherever they'll let us take them.
Let's go get her. I fucking love Whitney. Dude.
Okay, I'll DM her.
DM her, or I'm gonna do something really insane.
Okay. As if you haven't already. Okay, so where do we
I slid into Whitney's DMs.
You did?
I did.
You did? No response?
Why would there be a response? I'm not even a verified person
Pull
on
it
Instagram.
up. Let's see what happened.
It's embarrassing to see how many times I've DM'd Whitney.
Many times?
A lot of times.
I had gone back and forth with her at one point, and she did say she would come on the
I know,
show.
and then you just left her on red because you're a maniac.
Should I see what I've said to her? Not that this is...
Well, how about that the California wildfires, and now we're just reading the messages we've sent Whitney Cummings over the years. Look at how many times I've DM'd her. You'll probably never see this, and no need to respond if you do. I just wanted to manifest some healing, loving vibes for you and the fur family. I'm so glad to see your baby. Your boy is on the mend. Here's to a swift recovery. Her dog got injured.
Was this in the fire?
No, this was years ago.
Oh, okay.
This was in 2020.
Okay.
Her dog, I actually remember this. Her dog had stepped on something in her backyard and was like horribly cut and sliced.
All right,
and
now
bloody.
we're getting too in the weeds. Can you tell me what you've most recently said?
She had.
You just reply to her stories.
I
like
reply to her stories
a
like we're
psychotic
friends.
fan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I reached out about her coming on the podcast in 2021, and she said, I missed this. Can you text me? And dropped her number. Should I be like reading texts online?
Who cares? We're unhinged. We just survived something crazy. I'm in postpartum depression zone.
Oh, and she's replied to a couple stories.
Oh
All
my
right.
God. So you're
We're
the
in.
asshole.
We're in.
Let's text her right now.
And she lives really close by.
Hey, girl.
Which I discovered by watching her stories throughout what's transpired over the past.
She did an AMA the other day. Ask me anything. I'm going to do a podcast.
How did this turn into a Whitney Cummings episode?
I think it started a few weeks ago when I started threatening via text if you didn't slide into Whitney's
Okay.
DMs that I would do something horrific.
So the past week and a half, gosh, January.
She's a crazy bitch. January.
She's a crazy bitch.
Everyone be complaining about Geminis, and I'm just like...
Married to one and worried about other things.
But January is crazy, girl.
January is so crazy.
It's some Aquarius vibes.
I don't know that this many things back to back to back has ever gone down. I mean, I'm so grateful because luckily we are in our house right now, and a lot of people can't say that, which is just absolutely devastating and gut wrenching. But it's really just been a wild run. I woke up New Year's Eve with a flu that I had gotten from my babies that were already going through the flu. My family had the flu for probably a combined 20 days.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about the flu is it hits you hard, it leaves you, and it comes right back.
The it comes right back part is so
It did that
crazy.
to each and every one of us. We all felt better for 3 days, and then we got it slapped in the face again.
No,
and this is in the middle of while we're also having to evacuate the house. And I mean, it did make things a lot worse. You know, when you're
would rather fucking with the flu in my house. No, I take that back. Maybe edit that out. I don't mean that at all. That's such a real thing now that I really don't mean it at all.
Yes. And so the Palisades fire had unfortunately started, and everyone was keeping a close eye because from the jump, it was just devastating and crazy
out of control
and wild. And
I will say this. We got hella high wind warnings days in advance. And it was in the news, I guess, days in advance.
Yes, it was going viral.
And I had no fucking clue. Haley was calling me. She's like, "You need to get out of LA." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Well, this is a little bit of my problem. Is I feel like the news, because I do think a lot of these fires were started by arsonists.
Yeah.
And I think we're giving them ample ammo to let them know exactly when these winds are going to be the craziest. Like, I understand, like, the news has a duty to let us know what's going on, but this was like everyone I knew on social media was reposting like all the news stations being like, buckle up, it's going to be the worst wind event ever. And I'm like, you're giving people ammo. And then even as this was going on, they just kept saying, and it's coming again, and it's coming. I'm like, stop giving people that want destruction ammo. Just stop it.
Well, and they're constantly fear mongering. Like do you remember when they were like, a hurricane's coming to Cali, LA, get your sandbags. And it's like, I was so fucking scared. I prepped to the Dickens, because that's a saying. And nothing happened.
Well, I would like to know the last fire that happened in Malibu in December that I was wildly prepared for, because that was in proximity a lot closer to me. I packed my entire house and was ready to go and was made fun of.
That's true.
By this one.
Yeah.
And now this one that started way further from us that I thought would never in a million years come reach where we are was actually a lot more detrimental to this area and posed a much larger threat to this house itself. And guess what I got to bring with me? A pair of sweatpants and a shirt.
Girl, that's it?
Yes. The power went out at 7 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Oh, it would be a Tuesday.
Without power in our neighborhood, you also don't have service.
Yeah.
Somehow they then sent 5 minutes later via satellite an evacuation notice saying it's against the law to be at your property. You have to go. So we're in pitch black darkness with no surface, not knowing where is what. We look out the window and there's just a red cloud above the mountain in front of us. And we have to get 2 babies and 5 animals out of this house. So it's like I was getting essentials for babies, dogs, and then just trying to get out of the house with the power out. Obviously, like, the garages don't open. I'm manually lifting them, manually opening the gates. And all of this seems trivial because, yes, we're here and I understand. But it's a crazy, chaotic thing. And in that moment, we're also trying to find, where do we go right now? Yeah. It's 7 p.m. We don't have anything. Where do we go? So it felt like the beginning of the pandemic. It really did. Like, nobody knew what they were supposed to be doing or where they were supposed to be going. And
it was fucking scary.
Yeah.
It was legitimately so fucking scary.
Yeah. And for good reason. I mean, there an entire city.
2 cities.
Yeah. 2 cities and plus.
Yeah.
Just
devastated.
And as you sit and watch, like, the fire was, for us personally, was just growing closer and closer and closer, and it's just 24/7 news coverage. You're watching all of the apps that are now updating us about everything that's going on, and it's like you're just sitting and hoping for the best in something you can't control.
Super powerless.
And, like, I can't watch it. It's the weirdest, craziest feeling. Yeah. And I feel so blessed and almost guilty to even be lucky enough to come and live in our house again, right at the ridge, which if the fire were to burn is less than a mile away.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take the streets, it's windy because it's a mountain, but the fire burned to a ridge that's less than a mile away, and over that ridge,
It's gone.
devastating, just devastating and mind-blowing and crazy. And even for everyone that wasn't having to evacuate, it's like then we're dealing with opening social media is such a double-ended sword, because I feel like I love the information on one end, and then on the other end
It's horrifying, and it's not
I feel
enough.
like there's no solution that as anybody, but as parents of little children, they're saying all of these particles are in the air. Everyone's going to get cancer if you're breathing them. And it's like,
They're saying that the devastation is equal to that of a war zone, and they evacuate total war zones. So why aren't they evacuating all of Los Angeles, and the heavy metals and the carcinogens and the smoke? And the smoke is different than regular smoke because there's asbestos and lead and plastic.
and that's not picked up in the air quality that's on our phone telling us that
and the air quality
is
is
safe to breathe.
But it's not right now.
But it says on our phone that it is. And then everyone's on Instagram telling you.
No, I'm saying it doesn't say it's safe anymore.
Oh, well,
Even
it
on
says
the
there's
phone.
an event right now because the high winds
Yeah.
are picking back up, and they're saying depending on where the winds blow, that could blow particles that had not yet settled.
Where I'm at, where my house is right now, the air quality is still so bad that I don't go outside.
I mean, we haven't been going outside either. The babies haven't been outside in weeks at this point, and it's just such a weird, scary time. And I felt like at some point, like I've been absent on social media because
Yeah.
I'm trying to process I'm trying to wrap my
What are you
head
even supposed
around
to put on
what's
social
going on.
media?
Well, I feel like and I'm not apologizing for my non-presence, because I think that there's a weird pressure for anyone with a platform to have to give the resources, to
Yeah.
have to do this stuff. And I think for anybody that's wonderful and great, and more power to you. For me, I felt like I couldn't escape the resources. I couldn't escape the news. I couldn't look anywhere without being hit with all of the information. And I was trying to protect my family first, and B, try to figure out where we were staying, because we moved to one house, and then the fire threatened that air pollution so badly that we had to go to a second house. And it's like, is it even safe to be in the state for a while with a little baby? You left.
I feel, sorry. It's 11. I got to make sure my dad's getting my baby. This is the first time I've left my baby unattended. Yep.
Well,
he's
without
up.
your husband. Yeah.
So I feel comfortable sharing this publicly now, because by the time this airs, I will no longer be home alone. But my husband left and has been gone for like 20 fucking days
On a job.
and I've been alone with the fucking baby. And so when the winds hit, I was scared, and then the fucking power went out at my house, and I'm alone with a fucking 4-month-old baby
Yeah.
and 2 dogs that are so fucking stupid that they're basically suicidal. What the fuck am I going to do if I get an evacuation notice? I can't pack all of that up. In a rush. So I was scared out of my mind. And I set the baby down, I put him to bed. I put a little pad next to the bed so that if the power went out again, I could sleep next to the bed and hear him. We also were in the middle of fucking sleep training, so I just moved him out of my room into his own room. And my mother-in-law was very sweet. She slept on the couch because I was scared out of my wits. And then the next day, the fires were all around. So what you didn't mention is you evacuated to my neighborhood.
I know. And last time we evacuated the opposite direction, which now I'm kicking myself wishing I would have gone that way.
Yeah.
But it was whatever.
Well, it was fun to have you close, but I couldn't hang out because you were sick.
My family was down with the flu, just like so ill.
But it was crazy because when you opened up the Watch app, like where we were, literally all around were the fires. So the air quality where we were was
Coming at you from every angle.
Yeah, not as bad as the directly affected zones, but really bad. When I decided to leave, the air quality was 124. Anything above 50 isn't safe. Right now it's 80 where I live. And my dad stepped out. My dad came. He was just randomly planned that my dad would come. He stepped outside and he went, "It smells like burning plastic. Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
So we went to Goleta,
Which is above Santa Barbara.
which is above Santa Barbara. And that was, fine and everything. But it's like being out of your house is awful.
Expensive, awful,
Yeah.
stressful, especially with babies. It's just, and dogs that don't know where they're supposed to go or what they're supposed to be doing, and you can't walk the dogs because you're afraid of the fucking air quality, and then you're panicking. Like, because I initially stayed in your area because it's like, where am I supposed to go?
And what are you supposed to do with 5 animals?
The thing is, too, then I'm starting to feel like the air's from outside's coming in everywhere inside. Like, these fireplaces are just exposed.
Yeah.
And where the house I was staying at, there's not like a shut off from the outside. So I'm like taping up the fireplace. It's like we're turning on the air and they're saying that's fine, but it's pulling directly from the outside.
If you
So
put
I
it
don't
on recycle or something.
Yeah, but who knows how to put their air on recycle?
Not I, said the French fry.
Not me either.
No.
And so it's like this information is so confusing, but then I'm like, well, there's hundreds of thousands of people in Los Angeles that are still here. It's not like we can all just like mass leave. And even if I wanted to, I don't think I could have it's okay.
In the
We're
grand
so
scheme
lucky.
of things, we're so lucky. And the amount of information that we have is too much and also too little.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I think is so fucking awful is we've now been trained to question authority because it doesn't seem like any of our government officials give a fuck about us. It seems like they give a fuck about their own agenda or whatever the fuck they're trying to save financially and not about the people.
Yeah.
And so I don't believe a word out of my representatives' mouths that's going to be safe for me and my fucking baby. And that to me is a huge problem.
It's scary. It's
Oh,
beyond scary.
I was going to get even more upset if that's okay with you.
I mean, this is your own life. She has her own beliefs.
Should I just not?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I don't know what you were
I'm
going to say.
livid about a press conference that they aired.
Oh,
Should I just go for it?
sure. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you see when Joe Biden came here?
Oh,
It flew into Santa Monica and they then stood an inch away from an 85-inch fucking TV screen while he was getting debriefed on live television about what was
and
going
not
on
mic'd,
with Gavin.
right?
Not
you
mic'd.
couldn't even hear him.
Says something, God knows what, and then the only thing I hear about it from out of his mouth was, "I just became a great grandfather." Gets on a plane and leaves. Thanks, dude. Like, what?
But what really haunts me, and as I'm thinking about this, and as I was trying to wrap my own head around what could possibly be a reality for us, is these fires happened so quickly and moved so fast that all of these people had I mean, if you're packing for your kids or your animals, there's zero time to pack anything for yourself. So it's not only realizing like you don't have a house to go back to, but you have nothing that you previously owned. And it's just an entire communities of people. And it's just heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. And it's beyond any words that I have. It's crazy.
It's fucked. And then add the sickening level of people were starting fires. Human beings were going out and starting fires. And that is fucking nuts to me.
It's crazy.
That's the scariest thing. Like, we can't predict the weather, but now you're adding on an element of a person is setting things on fire intentionally.
And not only that, but then the evacuated areas, people are going and looting. They're stealing from the properties. That's another reason that I didn't want to say, like, we're gone. Because it's like, I don't want to say, oh, go rob our property. That's just sitting there. Luckily, I mean, not like our street was unavailable. It was cop guarded because it was such a heavy evacuation zone.
Yeah.
That I did try at one point to come back just
Do
to
some
get
looting.
I just wanted to see what my neighbors had going on. You know?
Honestly, fucking me too.
No,
I've
but
been thinking about stealing Amazon packages off abandoned houses.
I
That's a different thing, though. That had nothing to do with the disaster.
She was just going to do that before that happened.
I've been thinking about that for a long time.
She was regretting that her and her husband didn't do Christmas gifts. And she was thinking,
and I just wanted to open something that I didn't know what was inside. It's just a thing that I've been feeling lately. It has nothing to do with the disaster. But the disaster did provide an interesting opportunity for somebody who has that want. Do you know what I mean?
No Amazon packages were coming to my house.
Well, I can confirm that now.
But I did come back and desperately beg in a polite way. Shane was like, do not get nasty with them. They're dealing with so many nasty people. But I was just like, please, I live 2 houses in and I have twins and I wasn't able to grab it. I really wasn't able to grab anything for them. Luckily, my friend Elizabeth Gordon had gotten the same formula that we had been using. And so she was able to come drop me off a bunch of things that she wasn't using, including the formula. But I just begged and pleaded. I said, I'm 2 houses in. Can I please go get what I need for my twins? And they just said, absolutely not. And I said, oh. And I said, what about all my hard drives, my computer, my work? They said, no. And I said, okay.
When I was packing the car up with the essentials, it was like I threw the baby stuff in and like that was important. And then I was like, okay, so what is irreplaceable that I need to take with me? And the first thing I did was grab Joe's movie off the computer, like downloaded his whole movie onto a hard drive and put that in a coconut water box. And then I grabbed jelly and bean wash ashes and name tags. And that was what I grabbed.
Wow.
And then after I got in the car, I was like, damn, there's so many other things I should have grabbed.
Yeah. Yeah. I literally had a pair of sweatpants. I was like, for 12. And we weren't allowed back in for 12. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I said,
you're back now.
So
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But being displaced was awful. And I'm super serious. Like there's this awful feeling in the air that just like hope is gone.
Yeah.
Like there is no
I mean, people really
left.
did come together, but it was devastating in a way that's undescribable.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is.
My friend watched someone set a car on fire outside her apartment window and posted on, like I saw it on Instagram, and she's a real friend. Like I actually talked to her. It's not just like some stranger posting weird shit on the internet. Somebody set a fucking car on fire.
And
she's in Hollywood.
The one in West Hollywood where somebody's doorbird camera or whatever just catches the guy lighting the palm tree on fire.
Yeah, what
just goes up in flames.
Like what in the fuck?
You're like, wow. And it just felt like every time you turned around, there was another fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a really crazy thing.
I would think.
And it's fucking disgusting.
I would think we're going to have to implement some fire breaks. We're going to have to say, like, sorry, Mother Nature. We're going to have to put, people and properties a little bit beforehand. Because there was 2 huge rainy seasons that grew all of this lush brush. And then we had no rain this year. And it was just all dry, ready to burn. And it's like, we need fire breaks. We need reservoirs filled with water.
All of this was insanely predictable. You're seeing viral clips go around from a year ago, months ago, someone saying this city is gonna fucking burn. All it takes is one fire and it's gonna burn and it's gonna go this way. And then guess what? It did.
Yeah.
So if somebody can predict it and say this is going to happen.
Well, they had all these
why
reasons
was nothing done?
As to why. Like the reservoir wasn't filled because they were trying to protect one sort of like fish.
Right.
It's like, I understand we're like trying to do good things, but let's protect people and houses.
In that same sentence though, like there's things that can be done that for all, like even including keeping nature safe, like no more bringing in out of whatever state plants. Like the eucalyptus tree is an invasive species in California, and it's incredibly dry and it sheds a lot. There's if we started increasing gardens that are all native plants, they're going to burn less because it's plants that are indigenous to this land and know how to behave in a fire. But because there's all of these things, including there's just so many different elements that come into play in this. And it's like, why can't we do better?
I don't know. Hopefully we will. Chris, did you leave your house?
Yeah, I had to leave. The air quality got so bad that I felt like I couldn't breathe. There was a fire on the mountain, very near my apartment. I could see it burning at the top of the hill, and yeah, it just felt unsafe. And so I chose to evacuate, though I wasn't forcibly evacuated. But
Cut to Lizzie making fun of me for
electively
evacuating when I was on the edge of it, and then she electively. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her.
To be fair, I wasn't giving you real shit, but I was teasing you. I was brutally
Cut to Lizzie
teasing
in the
you.
middle of the valley. No threat. There was an air quality threat. There was not a fire threat.
There was blackness all around. This bitch drives up the street to come get the baby formula for me, and it's blackness all behind us. He goes, just keep looking north. He's so nuts. I was like, Ryland, what do we do? Like, should I leave right now? And he was like, just keep looking north. Like, at the end of his fucking rope. And this was before the hill, like the fucking, everything that caught on fire in the north hadn't caught on fire yet. But later that day, fires were 2 miles away from our house. And there was just blackness all around.
It was just like a never ending of the same day on repeat, just fearing for everything.
By the way, do you remember the fake evacuation that everybody got?
Yeah.
That was so terrifying. It was like, you need to leave, mandated, like, and I think I tweeted, or I don't know, posted somewhere. I was like, I don't have X anymore, but I was like, I need to leave. Like, I just got the notice, guys. And then, like, moments later, it was like, just kidding.
Gotcha.
What? But a really cool thing did happen where I was at breakfast and a bunch of firefighters were eating there. And when they stood up to leave, everyone, like, stood and applauded them. And that was really cool. And, like, bless the firefighters, they're amazing. But
yeah. Thank God for the firefighters. I mean, they saved this neighborhood. They really did.
Yeah.
And thank God for everyone that's risking their lives to try to salvage any of ours. It's incredible and fascinating and like humbling to watch these people serve their community in this way.
Even more profound are the civilians who are going out there and saving the fucking animals.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I saw some beautiful things of people saving horses. Where we were staying, in fact, they had a bunch of where do you keep a horse? Like, what is it? No, like
Ranch?
a horse, like a horse field.
Stall, or I don't know.
Like a horse field. I don't leave my house, so I don't know.
Pasture?
Yes.
Okay.
They had a bunch of like fenced in pastures, and they were taking in families for long term
That had
stays that had horses and needed to evacuate.
Yeah.
But I do think that like the people that come together in these times it's incredibly beautiful, and
It really is. I would have loved to be out there helping, but
and we paid too much in fucking taxes for it to have to be a civilian fucking effort.
Yes.
Fuck
I agree.
you all.
It was beautiful to see all these people do all these things.
Absolutely.
If I wasn't sick with the flu and caring for babies and animals that didn't know where they belonged, I would have been out there.
Yep.
But there's so many other ways and resources. It is crazy though that like we're all the ones that are having to fund the firefighting.
Yeah.
Because we are paying like the craziest taxes, and they're cutting $18 million from the firefighting fund. It's like I do want to help, and I will, and I have, but it's like we are helping by paying outrageous taxes.
That's what's so fucking nuts to me is like all that we put into this state, the love that we put into this state, we don't leave.
Yeah.
We should fucking leave. But we don't, because we fucking love it here. We uplift our neighbors. You know what I mean? In times where our communities are crumbling, there's fucking trash everywhere. There's a huge problem with shit like that going on in Los Angeles. Everywhere you look, tent cities are going up. People are living in RVs on the fucking street. And we put all this money into helping homelessness. What are you doing? Show me a result. Anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
And yet we love it so much. Like LA is the most special place.
Yeah.
And I love it so much.
And we stay and, we rebuild, and everybody supports each other and turns up and donates their time, their possessions, their everything. And that is incredibly beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 30 minutes of, I know not everyone lives in LA, although everyone's hearing about it. I'm sure you've been hearing about it nonstop.
Yeah.
But thank you for checking in on all of us.
Yeah.
It means the world. I was seeing all of it. I was just like not in a mental space to like be present on the internet, which is ironic because my job is being on the internet. But when something like that's going on and everything is just so chaotic, you're just...
I was busy looting. Otherwise, I would have replied to everyone.
The new year is busy enough with trying to meet all of our personal goals, but why add the stress of shopping? We obviously want to look good while we're trying to achieve our goals, and you can ease into New Year's style with the help of a personal stylist at Stitch Fix. I don't always have the time to pick out things or style new looks, and that is why I love having a Stitch Fix stylist. She really gets me. She sends me pieces that make me look and feel great and saves me so much time. I'm not spending a half an hour while getting dressed in the morning saying, oh, that doesn't work with that, or I don't like how this works. I just want to feel confident and be able to leave the house, and that's why I love my stylist at Stitch Fix. There's no stores, no crowds, no stress, just time to focus on you. Stitch Fix understands your unique fit and style concerns, and they have free shipping and returns to make the whole process so easy. I just give my stylist my size, style, and budget preferences, and she does the rest. I order boxes when I want, no subscription required, and she sends just for me pieces plus outfit recommendations and pro styling tips. I keep what I love and I send back the rest. It is seriously so easy. So to achieve personal styling that's for everyone, you can get started today at stitchfix.com/sip. That's stitchfix.com/sip. stitchfix.com/sip. Thanks so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's podcast. Because you guys have used our code so much, SeatGeek wanted to extend their special offer. Right now, everyone can use our code SIP15 on any tickets on SeatGeek, and that's whether you're a brand new customer or not. And it's perfect timing because there are so many amazing concerts right now like SZA, Gracie Abrams, Tate McRae, and Justin Timberlake, and you already know that SeatGeek is the best place to get your tickets. Their app is fantastic. I personally have to go see Gracie Abrams. I think she had my favorite album of this past year, and she is coming to Los Angeles soon. But like I mentioned before, no matter how many times you've bought tickets using SeatGeek before, SIP15 is going to get you 15% off your next order. So take out your phone, open the SeatGeek app, and add code SIP15 to your account. Don't wait, do it right now because this offer is only available for a limited time. SeatGeek, thank you for sponsoring today's podcast. We love you so much.
So what helps? What's fun that's been going on? My baby's transitioned out of formula to milk.
Milk!
Milk.
Milky man!
We're milk boys.
Watch that mean something awful. Milkman. I love it.
No, they've been loving it so far. It was not a hard transition, which is great.
I love that. My baby is out of the snoo and in his crib.
Period.
He's big as fuck.
He's going to swim class.
Oh, we started swim class.
And Lizzie's just dunking his ass.
So here's something that's
like, oh.
crazy.
What, that you don't put socks on your child?
No, we'll get to that, you fucking weirdo.
We don't have a document, so when?
Okay, well then let's just forget about my child's swim and get into you denying your children's sensory development.
You're so stupid.
You're stupid. Release the feet. Ryland's children will wear footy pajamas with socks over the footies.
Well, that's
coverage
stupid.
on coverage.
That's because if the footy pajamas don't have grippies, they are now trying to walk everywhere and on everything, and they slip, so they need Grippy Socks.
Listen, not that I know jack shit about early childhood development, but Instagram once said that it's important for their feet to feel things, and I believed it.
And every time I don't put socks on their little feet, I feel them, and they are ice cold. They are ice to the touch, and I'm like, you're not happy.
Yeah, but an infant's like heat level and cold level isn't monitored by their fingers and their feet. It's by their chest and their back.
I don't care. I wouldn't be comfortable with freezing feet. Okay. It's like their feet see the world. It's just they're not feet exposed.
Name one time their feet have seen the world.
When they're napping, when they wake up from their nap. But once we start playing.
You cut the feet off their pajamas for naps?
No, lately we've been doing not only at night. I do like the footy pajamas during the day.
And again, this is based off of a reel I saw in like 1997. So
okay, I'm just saying, his feet are cold. Your baby's feet are freezing. Just touch them. That's all you got to do is just touch them.
Why is he so fucking advanced then? Why is my baby speaking? Riddle me that. I think it's because his fucking feet are bare. Whitney Cummings' baby doesn't wear fucking shoes.
I know. I sent that to you too.
So my baby started doing swimming. Here's a weird thing that happens 100% of the time. He shits crazy on the way to swim practice. It's the only time he has drippy, droppy, full-blown blowouts to the point where shit is flying, like literally like poop, just like fucking Spider-Man shit going every which direction. And it's like, he has very contained poops usually. Like he had blowouts before because I was putting the diaper on like a dumbass and ripping the sides off because I'm insane. This is different. Every Sunday at like 10:45, this motherfucker has the biggest dump of his life, and I bought him the cutest swim trunks. They've never made it in the pool because he shits them before we get out of the fucking car. And then I'm in the parking lot dealing with like, I have to use a whole thing of wipes to get the shit off of him and me. It's all over me.
What's he swimming in? Just
I bring extra. I'm always packing heat because my baby's a pooper. So, but every single time, massive shits.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's nuts. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to bring him to swim practice with just a diaper on next time and like waste less time changing him.
Did he like Santa Barbara or Arizona more? Did we say you went out of state?
Oh, I went to Arizona as well because I couldn't afford to stay in an Airbnb and I wanted to be gone right now. As a matter of fact, I wanted to still be gone, but I got so stressed out being away from home with my dogs that my milk supply dipped and I'd given my emergency formula away to somebody.
Oh, were you going to use that?
I like to have it on hand in case I run out of milk.
What do you think about trying the cow version?
I mean, I'll take whatever you have.
I have like 8 boxes of the cow.
I'll take the
because
cow.
the cow's bigger than the goat, so it just like
Taking it. It's mine.
okay.
Swoop.
We're done.
Swoop-a-loot. But I was too stressed out and I was feeding him and then also pumping after every time I fed him to try and make his bedtime bottle so that he would sleep through the night, and I just couldn't keep up with it and I'm so stressed out my milk stopped flowing. So I had to come home early.
Dad of the century. Her dad came all the way across the country to be at her house to help her while her husband was gone.
No, he was just coming to visit. It just happened to line up.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the very next morning, they leave.
Yeah.
And then 2
He
days after
extended
that,
his stay.
they go to Arizona.
We drove to and from Arizona together, and the poor man, I've been such a bitch to him. But it's because he disrespects sleep.
Oh, sounds like his daughter.
You're tripping.
Are
I've
you
never
kidding me?
overtly disrespected your baby's sleep. I don't come in and I'm like,
I say every time she comes to the house, I tell her if the babies are asleep and if she needs to shut the fuck up.
I
And
do.
every time I say shut the fuck up, the babies are asleep, it's like a hurricane enters my house.
prove it. Play back the tapes. You're lying.
Okay, so what did Billy prefer?
Billy's fine wherever he is. I think he preferred Arizona because I had
Because it was 1,000,000 degrees and his feet didn't freeze?
No, he was hot as fuck, poor little baby. No. I had sent a play mat to the... What the fuck? I had sent a play mat to...
You have to turn them off.
The update on the fucking phone is my 13th reason, and I cannot get fucking started on it. But
Nobody
it's more
wants the
difficult.
new photo app.
Nobody wants the new photo app. Fuck you. When my alarm goes off, give me an option to fucking silence it. Don't just make it so that I have to fucking tap it and it goes away and comes back every 9 minutes. I'm sick of it. Also, nobody had an issue with the reply option on the text messages, and you've made it so goddamn difficult. It almost seems like my phone's fucking broken and I have to type a little extra hard.
It's like
I
they want
hate
us
you.
to be
I hate you.
Android people.
That's what I was thinking too, and it's like, we're not Android people. We are not Android people. We are special fucking, we need it to be easy, and it doesn't need to be convoluted and complicated, and you've put way too much into this. And when I go to my fucking favorites in my photos, I don't want to watch a movie. I want to reference the fucking photo I have favorited without your weird soundtrack. Stupid idiot. And I want it to be big. I don't need it to see it little first. I want to click it and it's just big. I'm so done with it. Oh my God. I've almost.
I can't find what I've saved anymore. I can't find what I favorited anymore. This was a few photos updates ago, but it's like, don't take away my location map. Like now they have suggested locations, but no, I want the fucking map so I can zoom in and know exactly where the photo was that I took that I'm trying to find from 4.5 years ago. Fuck you, Apple.
You piece of shit. I'm so sick of it. You guys have literally backed yourselves into a corner where none of us give a shit about your updates anymore.
None of us.
So stop it. If it's not broke, don't fix it, bitch. Calm the fuck down.
At least I had a fabulous Christmas.
You did have a great Christmas.
One
Did you
of
bring
the
all the
best
presents?
ever.
No, you brought
It
nothing.
was prior to us getting sick. It was a picture perfect day. The boys had a blast. It was just everything I could have ever imagined to bring us into this hell of a new year.
Yeah. No, it's maybe hope will come back. When I got back to LA, I had a breakfast burrito from Nat's and I was like, maybe I don't want to not be here anymore. Like maybe it will be okay, as I ate the breakfast burrito and then I left half the breakfast burrito out and my dad sprayed Lysol all around it and I was like, well, now I can't fucking eat the burrito. And here's another crazy thing. Men in the world of breastfeeding women don't fuck with our food. And as a matter of fact, bring us food. If you go out and get fucking food, you come back with food for us too. We're starving. If you fucking touch a pregnant or breastfeeding woman's food, you deserve death. Do not fuck with our food supply. And it's don't take it lightly either. It's a very serious thing.
Okay.
I'm grateful for my father's help. And here's the other thing. I stink like shit. I've stopped wearing deodorant.
Oh.
That was a choice. I wonder if it's depression. Like before I wasn't brushing my hair, but it was like for aesthetics, and now it's like, well, why bother? Why brush my hair? Joe took a picture of me and the baby out to dinner the other night, and I was like, you know?
Yeah, I know. Hell is being so sick you can't move and taking care of babies that have the same sickness.
Yeah.
Having changes in your child care, having people that are in your life try to do crazy things to you, and having to evacuate your house not knowing if it's going to be okay.
But you know what? Live, laugh, love. Welcome in the new year. You know what I mean? Like, in
Roll
new
with
year,
the
new
punches.
me. The
I
new
know.
me might not be better. She might be darker and worse, but she's here. So
I
let's
know.
get used to her.
I was on such a roll for so long. I just felt so balanced and doing so
Yeah.
good. And it's like, oh,
I started going back to the gym, and I was like, I'm going to come back from this break snatched and loaded. And I come back, and I was like, I want to die.
and our 2-week break turned into a month break. I haven't been, I worked and
I forgot we have jobs.
yet money's going out.
I didn't even care. I was like, it's fine.
I found it's really hard to care for babies in a non-safe, in a space that has no safe baby space.
Yeah.
Because my babies are moving and grooving. They want to be
Yeah.
everywhere and explore everything and ruin themselves on anything.
But thank God for Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
Oh, what's
because
going on with them?
their drama is really uniting the
Have you
nation
been able
in a
to
time
keep
of
up?
such uncertainty. Have I been able to keep up? All I do is keep up
The
with
last
this.
thing I never saw the movie. I
I
dabbled
could
in.
not sit through the fucking movie. I put it on and I was like, this is incredibly boring. And I never even got to the domestic violence part of it. But I was like, I'm not going to sit through this boring stuff to get to some heavy, awful stuff.
So I listened to the article on the New York Times about her suing him.
Correct.
And I've never heard anything since.
So this all started long, long ago. Once upon a time.
Can you just bring me the Justin update? I think we
Here's
know
the
Blake.
Justin update. Justin is suing. Countersuing. No, he's also just suing. Like, he's brought his own lawsuits against the New York Times for, I think, $400 million. That's probably not true. But I know
A
that.
huge number.
Yeah. And then he's suing Blake Lively for also like $400 million.
Is Ryan mentioned in that?
Ryan is mentioned in it.
Is Taylor Swift mentioned in that?
Taylor Swift is mentioned in it. So what had happened was, I guess, Blake Lively has asserted that Justin Baldoni sexually harassed her and her fellow castmates, and that it was not a safe work environment on set, that he did not respect the intimacy coordinator, and was... she's alleged that he would let himself into the room while she was breastfeeding, that he would improvise sex scenes on set with her, that he was doing a number of things, including talking about being in touch with one of her dead relatives, and just a bunch of really weird shit. And everyone's like, I mean, yeah, look at him. He looks like a fucking bad guy. And not only that, but he's playing a bad guy in a movie that he wanted to make about DV. So everybody was ready and down as fuck to come for Justin. And then Justin, they leaked a bunch of text messages. Blake's camp leaked a bunch of text messages between Justin and his PR team that made it look like they created a negative smear campaign about Blake Lively in the media to bring her down. And then what had happened was Justin's one of his PR people who like left this company or something, she came out publicly and she said, I stand by Justin. He did nothing wrong. He's a good man. He's always been a good man. He's very honest. None of this is true. If you actually read the full transcript of our text message conversations, these things that have been published have been taken. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I had caffeine.
You're stressing me out. Sorry. I just don't know if they can see it.
Oh, can they see my feet? They're moving like. So then
I'm so sorry.
well, I guess that's the end of
If
the
you
story.
see the full context of the text messages.
If you see the full context of the text messages, Justin is regularly saying, I hope this negative news about Blake did not come from us, because this is not something that I stand behind and I'm not comfortable with.
Really?
Yeah. And in addition to that, this is why they're suing the New York Times, because the New York Times ran with this article.
That information?
No, the New York Times just ran with an article unsubstantiated because they got it from Blake Lively and her camp. So they were like, let's run with it, and totally ruined Justin Baldoni's name and options to progress going forward. And now some people are saying, who cares? So then now they're releasing the full transcripts. They're releasing voice memos but exchanged in text. They're releasing on-camera evidence that Justin Baldoni explicitly did not do the things that Blake has said that he did, because it happened on set when they're mic'd and cameras are rolling.
This is the issue with a public feud in any regard. It's like the best and only way to go about this is disengage publicly and stop, because it always, if both parties engage, at the end, it leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth about both of them.
You, yeah.
And in the long term, you guys both decline. It's happened time and time and time again. It's like, settle this behind the scenes or break up and shut up.
I agree with you. And I feel
unless there's some actual like assaults, or unless it's something you actually have to come forward about.
Well, so here's the deal. Like, I no matter what, even if you're an asshole, you do not deserve to be sexually harassed in the workplace. Even if you're an asshole, you don't deserve that.
But you're saying that that didn't actually happen, allegedly?
Well, here's what's a little bit confusing. So some news outlets are reporting that Justin's case seems to just be like, she's a bitch.
Right. And
she's hard to work with. But when you actually look at the details of it and you break it down, so one of her things is saying like he initiated improvised sex scenes without consent, and then the video evidence shows that the reverse of that was true. The video evidence shows she was doing that. She was pulling him in for kisses that were not planned. The text evidence shows that Justin had hired an intimacy coordinator and said, meet with me, Blake Lively. She said, I'm okay. I trust it. I'll see you on set with the intimacy coordinator. And then Justin went and choreographed with the intimacy coordinator and reached out to production and said, Blake did not want to meet with the coordinator. They said, that's fine. You can catch her up on the day.
So who was the one that No, it was because of the promoting the film. There was like subtle jabs, and that led to the further investigation by the public.
No,
or
so I guess so there were issues in production. So remember the Writers Guild, the writer's strike and the actors strike, they took a break. Supposedly Blake Lively did a rewrite on the script without having read the actual Colleen Hoover book, and decided to give it to Justin, and Justin said, okay, let me take this in. And then when Blake wasn't satisfied with his response to her unsolicited rewrite of the script, she had him come over to have a conversation with Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift came in to say, isn't this great? Isn't this great? And Blake Lively was like, in text message conversation, Blake doesn't come off great.
I mean, I like Blake Lively for what she is, but I wouldn't expect her to be nice.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
Justin said to her, I think you're a huge talent beyond acting. I like what you've done to the scene. It's very fun. It livens it up. It's great. And you didn't have to bring Taylor and Ryan in to convince me of that. And she goes, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm like Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. And for good or bad, I have dragons. As in Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds are her dragons.
This also makes both of them look bad. I don't know why she's dragging these people into this.
Well, she didn't mean to, but the public perception now is that Blake is upset. I don't know. And I've consumed all of it, and I just don't know. I'm like, why? I wonder if
But at the end of the day, you probably have a bad taste about both of them in your mouth.
Listen, I didn't like him because I think there's something weird about men who's like championing women's breastfeeding. It's like, why is that your cause? He has like a organization to like normalize breastfeeding.
I had seen when the New York Times article came out, like WME dropped him, his podcast co-host dropped him.
Yeah.
Are they all back now that his countersuit is...
See, that's what I haven't heard yet, because everybody's so focused on the lawsuits because they're like 200-page documents. They're releasing,
and
all
now
the
there's
voice
nobody
memos.
on. I guess TikTok's back, but I'm like,
Yeah,
that's probably
that
where they
was
were
another hot
decoding them.
topic. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, goodbye, thank you, God. And
Yeah.
then it's like, of course, Trump, who everyone hates, is now their hero. I'm like, oh my God.
Also,
Oh my God.
did we all forget Trump was the one who initially was like, we're banning TikTok, and now he's like, nah, TikTok's cool.
And everyone's crying like, thank you, Trump. And it's like, I hate the world that we're living in. I just
Yeah,
truly,
and-
everyone's hypocrites. Everyone's awful. Everyone's projecting.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
And no one's good. You know what I mean? Like, no one's good.
It's like even and gosh, I'm trying not to be bothered by it, but I just see like all these people be like, anyone with a platform that's not posting, I'll remember this. I'm like, is your fucking house in the line of fire? Are you evacuated with
Also,
2 babies and 5 animals?
how do you remember
fucking talk
this?
to me when you're out of the house fearing that you might go back to nothing? All right?
Also, we're fucking dumb, dude. Like, we're dumb. We regularly come here and tell you we have no facts, just feelings. What the fuck are we gonna do?
And if I'm dumb and can find all the information, I'm confident that everyone else that is equally as dumb as me can also find the information. You know,
no
it's like,
one's coming to us for help.
I'm not assuming that everyone is so stupid they can't do anything for themselves. Why? Someone, me, that eats food for you, should I be telling you how to act and behave in a natural disaster?
We barely do fast food reviews on this fucking podcast. Like, get out of here.
We report on stories that aren't
God.
real. You should not be listening to me about anything that's important. You
I'm
should
wrong
be
about-
escaping your reality with us.
You can't even say escape normal. Are you fucking stupid? God.
All I am is a full-time chef to 2 little babies. All right? And it's exhausting.
And all he's doing is boiling meat and fucking pureeing it.
No, I'm not even. No, they're eating like full pieces now. And we're
Damn.
eating 3 meals a day, 2 snacks a day, and 2 bottles of milk a day. So it really is. And I'm trying to like do full, complete, healthy, whole food meals.
I love that for you.
So it's a lot of work.
yeah, that's welcome to the parenting club.
Well, I barely feed myself. So,
Right.
you know, that's the.
You just need oatmeal.
I don't complain about the other aspects of parenthood. It's really how much food needs to be prepared.
It's
the
a lot.
problem for me.
It's a lot.
And it's doable, but it's a lot. It's like, oh my God, there's another meal. Oh my God.
2 hours later, another meal. These babies don't stop eating. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Speaking of, I just want to make sure my dad's feeding my baby.
okay. How have you been for the past month, Chris?
It's kind of been a total nightmare, honestly.
Oh.
Besides just the fire, I haven't had heat or a working shower for a month.
Stop
Why?
paying rent. Stop paying your
Honestly.
rent. No, stop paying your rent.
Yeah, I
You
don't know.
do not pay rent for a house that doesn't have heat or working
You're
water.
taking cold plunges every day,
No, I've had to stay with my mom and friends and like
and you're paying.
couch.
Don't pay your rent.
Stop. I'm so serious, Chris. You're legally allowed to withhold rent until they fucking fix that.
Am I?
And
I'm not gonna
fuck
get in
you.
trouble.
No, stop paying rent. Your house doesn't work. You're not. They're breaking the contract with you. Do not pay your fucking rent.
That would be amazing because I really need that money after this last month too. Everyone left
Nobody
the
can
state,
work.
so I had no
everyone's
work.
leaving. Nobody can work, and that's. God, it's
Don't pay your rent. I'm super serious. Don't pay your rent. Say I'm not
Okay.
paying my rent until you fix this shit, and then hit him with one of these, just a selfie.
Well, why don't you just add Lizzie and say my lawyer's detached?
Oh, I will.
And my lawyer doesn't give a fuck about facts. She's all feelings, bitch.
But yeah, it's been that. It's been like my mom also having to evacuate her place. Like it's just been chaos.
Chaos.
So much.
Yeah.
It's been the worst start of a year ever.
Should we make hopeless merch?
And Shane and I were like we ended up in like a cute area in like
Larchmont.
Yeah, which is like
So cute.
adjacent to Hollywood. It's walkable to everywhere. It's like I had access to everything I did in my 20s, but it's like I was sick with the flu, and then even when I was feeling better, too afraid to go outside
Yeah.
because of the air quality and what Instagram was like shoving down my face, which I appreciate the information, but I'm also scared to death now. And so it's like what I thought I could make the best of, really everything just kept slapping you in the face,
Yeah.
being like, no, bitch, just sit in this house and do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay? But we're
So-
back.
Cop our hopeless merch.
You think I can execute merch? I'm not even smart enough to do that. I wish I could bring these back for everyone.
They're good.
They're so cute with the lips.
You know, I don't think I got one.
Oh, too bad. You don't drink. Oh, you drink tea.
Yeah, every day. That's why my tongue's green.
I mean, the designs are mine. So like,
Bring it back.
yeah.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping as I re-enter the working world.
Are we doing that? Is that something we're going to do?
Even today,
We
like
have to,
just
huh?
filming the podcast ads, replying to all my emails, like setting up some things, I was like, it just felt like a little bit of normalcy in what was, I mean, honestly, the past 20 days have been out of work, out of anything for
Yeah.
me. It's been sick and evacuated.
I think maybe we should decide to not be hopeless if that's an option.
I think it is. I'm going to be hopeful. I'm putting plans into motion, and I'm going to turn this month around.
Should I be hopeful?
I think so.
Oof. Okay.
All right. Speaking of hope, we're headed to La La Land because I guess Spencer and Heidi got a collab with them as the face of the Palisades.
Spidey. Can we talk about Spidey? Their story is devastating.
Well, I think we could talk about Spidey
As we Spidey.
Let me see if.
I'm already hitting end.
No, hold on. No. Let me see. 100% of profits are donated to LA Fire Relief, and it looks pretty good. I like banana. It's a banana cream top Spidey latte. So we're gonna go do that. I've actually been loving La La Land. I've been getting my coffee from there a lot recently.
I've always loved Spidey too.
Yeah, and they're really. I mean, we could talk about this in the car or when we're trying this, but what's so crazy is because of all the recent wildfires, Homeowners Insurance, especially fire insurance, has cracked down in so many ways and just canceled their policies for people. We were one of them where our fire insurance said, goodbye, we're no longer servicing you. You can't even pay more.
Then what
It's
the
just
fuck is
done.
the point of insurance if you're not going to give it to me because I literally need it, bro? I pay it monthly.
Well, no, they're taking away your
That's
option
what I'm
from paying
saying.
monthly.
That's what I'm saying.
And so luckily we had a bookkeeper that was like really championing and pushing for us, being like, no, you need to like figure out your fire policy. And so we did get insured from a fire standpoint, but a lot of these homes in the Palisades were met with the same predicament that we were,
like
which is-
recently
yes,
too, like within the past month, their fire insurance was
month
canceled.
to a year. Yeah, ours happened like 6 months ago, and then we had to find a new plan. But like, I heard Spencer and Heidi were one of them that also got canceled and did not yet find a replacement. And as they said,
the replacement is very expensive.
they were like, we worked our whole life and bought this house, so we have this money, but we are house poor. Like, we're working for all the things we're doing. We're working to go on vacation. We're working to eat. Like, we have this house, but we're hustlers.
And Spencer eats very expensively.
And that's what's crazy is I saw he was really out there campaigning for an Erewhon smoothie to have the proceeds go to the fire funds. And they moved forward and did one of those, but without him. And I was like, all he's doing is shopping at Erewhon publicly. They
All
could
the
have given
time.
him.
Yeah.
And I love Erewhon. Like, I'm an Erewhon girl now. I know I used to make fun of Erewhon, but I unironically now am Erewhon's biggest fan. Like,
Let's get Spidey on the pod. Let's get Whitney on the pod. Let's go to fucking La La Land.
we're picking them all up.
right now.
I mean,
no,
not
right
this
now.
week, but I think
Next week.
I think those
We'll
are
have
some
Whitney
we can
on
pick
next
up.
week.
I mean, not next week.
I'm manifesting, girl.
I mean, Whitney and I do have babies that are a day apart.
I smell
Can you
so
believe that?
fucking bad.
Can you believe that?
Can you not smell me right now?
I didn't shower this morning, but you want to know what I did do? I put soap and water on a cloth and went like this.
Can you just do a little whiff?
It's not great.
No, it's like it's worse than not great.
It's not great.
It's bad.
Okay, well, I hope you guys liked this raw dogged episode.
I think it was great. I'm gonna hit record.
Just shut up
oh
for
my
a second.
God.
I'm relaxed.
I have to go.
Too bad.
Ugh.
You're locked here.
I think I'm gonna milk myself on the way.
Those are some good milkers.
I wish they were. I went to milk myself before I got here because I did give my dad a bottle, but my milk supply's down, so that's
I'm
the
into
bedtime
this.
bottle.
I'm into
smell?
this. All of it. You're looking tight and right, honestly.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Have you?
Your boobies are sitting perfectly.
Thanks. I'm wearing a pumping bra because I was gonna do it in traffic because I'm just trying to get that bedtime bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Take all my cow's milk. Do you have a?
I'm
you
not
have a
giving him
baby
the
Brezza?
formula for the first time.
Who cares?
I'm scared.
Are you? Why don't you do what I did with the milk, which is
half and half it?
Yeah, we did that for 3
a lot
days
of people
before
do
we did
that, and I think I would like to do my 4-month checkup with the pediatrician first.
You're not. I mean, you consume dairy, right? So Billy
Yeah.
should be fine with dairy.
Yeah.
So just take all my dairy formula.
I already said I would.
I know, but do I have to replace your goat milk formula if I
No.
give you 8 boxes of cow milk
no.
formula? Okay. Goodbye.
Today's podcast is sponsored by ZocDoc, and even though I'm not with you, I can hear your excuses. I know that you've all needed to go to a doctor's appointment, but pushed it off because it felt inconvenient. If you're like me, you're thinking, oh, it'll heal on its own, or I don't know which doctor to go to. We've all been there because booking a doctor appointment can feel so daunting, but thanks to ZocDoc, there's really no reason to delay. They make it so easy to find and book a doctor that's right for you. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. You can filter for doctors that take your insurance, who are located nearby, and are a fit for any medical needs you may have, who are highly rated by verified patients. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, you can choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. I live and love ZocDoc. I am that girl who used to put off appointments or just ignore things if I didn't think they were that big of a deal because I didn't want to go through the hassle of finding a doctor. But now I log on to ZocDoc, I find a chiropractor, I find an acupuncturist, and I go and I see the doctor. So stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/thesip and find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/thesip, ZocDoc.com/thesip. Today's podcast is sponsored by HelloFresh, where you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You skip those daunting trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That is why it's America's #1 meal kit. If you're like me, you are tired of figuring out what's for lunch and dinner every night, especially with kids and on those weekends. And that's why I love to get dinner done the easy way thanks to HelloFresh. They have 50 wholesome and hassle-free meals to choose from each week that are delivered right to your door, and they even have new ready-made meals that go from the fridge to your fork in just 3 minutes. It's the same high-quality ingredients and restaurant-worthy flavor that you'd expect from HelloFresh, just with none of the work, which is, oh my gosh, my favorite. You can save valuable time with fewer trips to the grocery store thanks to HelloFresh's Market. There's over 100 add-on items that you can add to your box weekly, like quick breakfasts, packable snacks, beverages, and more. Like I mentioned, now that our babies are eating basically what we're eating, it's always, oh my gosh, what's on the menu today? And that is where HelloFresh has been key for me. So if you want to experience HelloFresh, you can get up to 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/thesip10FM. 1 item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/thesip10FM. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Come with us to La La Land. Come with us. Check out the turtles. Those are real. Did you believe that?
Wait, what are real? No, they're not.
Look at that one moving, Chris.
Wait, what?
They're real. Look at his legs are moving.
Wait, are you serious? I feel like you're playing a trick on me.
I lived in a person's house who was rich and had a big koi pond, and they had a big ass catfish that died, and for some reason they charged me with removing his body from the pond. Heaviest thing I've ever felt in my life.
One of these?
Could not pick that dead fish up. Just like gun to my head, I'm dead. That's a big fish.
Okay, she's taste testing what? Show the people.
Almond croissant. First bite.
It's really, it's so good. It is so good.
The butt's pretty hard. It's not even heated.
Whatever cream on it is crazy.
It's an almond croissant.
Oh, I don't know what that is. This place is so busy, it's wild. Is it still gone and not in frame?
Scene 2, take 1, comment mark.
Ah!
Sorry.
Is that what smells, Elizabeth?
Girl, it's not me.
we
My
got-
smell is specifically street taco.
This is focusing on Chris again.
And it smells like pumpkin farts.
We got back in this car and I said, oh my God, I can finally smell you, Lizzie. The smell has hit, wow, it's only going to Chris.
Is it the avocado toast?
Is it because Chris is the main character?
So, listen up. Everyone's starving. We're so hungry. And we came to La La Land kind. Is that what this is called? La La Land,
La La Land.
Kind Cafe. And we came here because they're doing a collab with Spidey. Can you hold on? Focus for 1 second. They're doing a collab with Spidey where 100% of the profits are donated to LA fire relief. Oh, I think we already talked.
Yeah.
You're so distracting me.
I'm not.
And so they did a collab. It's a Spidey latte. You can either get it with matcha or espresso. And it's a banana cream top with cinnamon sprinkled. So here's the matcha.
Here's the latte.
Smile big. Here's this, Chris.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
And here's this.
Oh, thank you very much. Wow, these are pretty.
And so we were all starving, and I said, well, we can get their toast, but the problem with their toast is Morgan and I had already tried their avocado toast, and something about it isn't right. Let me just tell you that. All right? And so Chris and I were smart, and we got
I don't know that you were. I got the dream. Yours looks joyless.
They were out of peanut butter. It was supposed to have blueberries and
I mean, they
peanut
barely
butter.
put any butter on it at all.
It's almond butter. And,
It's almond butter and half a strawberry.
half a strawberry, half a banana, and they're supposed to be blueberries and peanut butter. When it's done right, it's delicious.
It looks really good.
I got the La La Dream Toast, which is avocado burrata.
Can you show it while you're talking
Yeah,
about
chill
it?
out, girl. I'm breaking it in half.
I'm also a little worried because this is a new camera, all right? When I left my house, I did not bring my camera, and so I executed on the vlog camera. I wanted so bad. And now I can't find my old camera. It's somewhere in my house and I can't find it. I've never lost my camera before I lost it. So if these settings suck, I'm sorry.
It's Chris's fault.
It's Chris's fault.
So this has burrata, avocado, garlic chili oil, and pesto.
Do you have your toast?
Oh, yes, right.
Chris, get your toast.
I'm an idiot.
Get your toast.
I forgot I had it back
Chris
here.
All of
got
us
the
are
same one as
starving,
us.
Chris.
We're so hungry.
Oh my god.
I have a bad taste to that, huh?
No, it's amazing.
Really?
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Now I wish I got one.
I feel like you're gaslighting us.
I'm not. You want a bite, Chris?
No, it's okay.
I do.
Chris, there's one that hasn't been bit by me. Do you want to taste it?
Unless you want to trade.
What just happened to you?
What is the flavor that I hate on this? Is it garlic or lemon or what? I love lemon.
What is wrong with
There's
you?
something not right.
There's something
Lizze,
not
you
right
like
with
it?
you.
There's like a punch.
It's the spice? You like spicy.
No, I don't know. We're here for the
Are you
lattes.
gaslighting yourself?
We're here for the lattes.
In the
This
hats.
is delicious, though.
I got this hat for my father.
Okay. The matcha banana cream top Spidey latte. Oh my god. Oh my
The
god.
green one?
It tastes like more natural banana than superficial artificial banana. And I love it. I'm a banana girl though.
A banana with some depth.
I could eat 2.5 bananas a day.
Jesus.
I really could.
I'm not a banana girl.
What?
I know.
What's wrong with you?
I'm also a banana girl, and I love this.
Is it a gay thing?
It almost.
You guys love banana shit.
Yeah, you can put them anywhere.
You guys be loving all the banana stuff we try.
You can take them anywhere. You can put them anywhere. You can do anything with them.
You really can do anything with them.
This is delicious.
Did you also do the matcha first? And
I just did this.
normally I'm not a huge matcha gal. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, of course.
This is really, really good.
It's really good. Do you get what I mean about it not being too artificial?
The cinnamon that she added on top.
It tastes like they blended
like a banana.
and heavy whipping cream.
I love their coffees, period.
Yeah. No, honestly, they have become one of my favorite coffee shops.
What is in this? Why is it? It's like, I don't know. This is a latte, but it's thicker than I'm used to. It's delicious.
Do you
It's
guys
because of the cream.
Do you guys like my, well, this is me fishing for a compliment. I'm asking all of you. My evacuation beard. Longest that I've ever had it.
I've never seen you look more like a man.
Well,
I actually got,
he's married.
I don't know if this guy was hitting on me or just...
Chris?
No, not Chris. I was in Larchmont, which is like a more compact neighborhood, and I was walking my 3 dogs, and this guy was like working on his sprinklers, obviously like a gay guy, but it seems like he's married and like has a happy life. But he stops me and he's like, "Are they all yours or are you a dog walker?" And I said, "Oh, all 3 are mine." And he's like, "Wow, they match perfectly. And even with your beard." And I was like, "Are you hitting on me?" "I'm married, sir. Just because I'm not wearing my rings doesn't mean I'm not married."
And then you explained your lotion routine.
You know what? If you catch me in 20 minutes after my non-workout today, I'll be wearing my rings. Wow, this is delicious.
They're both really, really good.
Oh, you already tried the coffee one?
Sorry, I went crazy. I didn't know.
Wow.
But I like this one more.
The matcha's better?
Yeah, I like it better.
Maybe
personally.
banana goes better with a matcha? Let me see.
I feel like banana and coffee go hand in hand.
They're both fantastic, though. Everything here is delicious.
Look at your little sweet mustache on the camera.
Oh, I could do a milk mustache.
This is getting pornographic.
Honestly, the matcha's just like a dessert, almost. You know what I mean?
That,
Oh no, what did I do?
Chris, clean it up.
Call that man from Larchmont. He wanted it.
Suck my lip!
That was
Oh,
disgusting.
it's good.
It's really good.
I like both. They're very different, but I do like the coffee. I'm a coffee girl through and through.
I like the coffee more. Oh my god, girl!
What did I do?
It's not a day that ends in Y if we're not making
Wait.
a fucking mess of the Cybertruck.
Don't tell Shane. He's done with me. Oh my god, on my new jeans? No. I had to get these when I
No.
had no
There's no
clothes.
napkins today.
Wait, oh shit.
And you're using the Lysol wipes as a matte box.
Oh no. I'm gonna have to use them. I can feel it seeping through to my underwear.
This is getting really dirty and sexy. Ooh, my panties
Is it
are
because I'm
wet.
talking about the guy that was trying to compromise my marriage?
Are you the one compromising your own marriage?
No, I'm just seeking attention right now.
Isn't everyone? Were we going to talk about something?
Oh, yes. The fact that you walked into my house this morning and was like, can we talk about how your dogs are looking fat? And I'm like, that's interesting because I just got somebody saying to me that my dogs look too skinny. And I'm like, I'm just going to listen to the fucking vets because you guys are all just ruining my life.
Did the vets call them fat too?
No. Honey at one point they said was on the border and I decreased her food by a half a cup. And that's been months, so I feel like she's fine.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're great
According
dogs.
to the man in
They
Larchmont.
just got groomed. Maybe that's why you're
Oh,
seeing
because they're
them in a different...
fluffy.
Yes. And I went to this...
You got coffee on this part of your beard. Other side.
I
Oh
found-
my god, girl, are you putting a fucking Lysol wipe on your face?
We're breathing in toxins from the
Don't
air.
be wiping your face with a Lysol wipe.
Just leave me alone.
You didn't even get the coffee out of your beard.
Is everything here this good?
A lot of it's very good, yeah.
Wow.
This is really cool that although they didn't get their Air One collab, they got this La La Land kind because La La Land's also really coming up there. Like it's popping in there. That was crazy how busy it was.
Also, all of us were dressed the same. Every bitch in there had oversized ripped jeans on and a sweater.
I'm a mess.
It did look like we were talking about this, like a staged film set. Like someone wardrobe came in and gave everyone a similar.
They were like, this is the wardrobe requirements for you to be background in this movie.
This toast is so good.
Really? You love it.
I like
Dang.
it, and I love it, and I want some more of it.
I will try it next time. This is gonna be my new place, I think. Like everything's so good.
Is it convenient though? Like, are there multiples of this?
They're popping up all over LA, yeah.
God
I don't
bless.
know that, like, if you don't live in LA, you can go. But they are kind of popping up everywhere in LA. Even where Shane and I were staying. I was going to La La Land at the Grove.
At Larchmont.
The Grove's a little further from Larchmont, but yeah.
Oh my god, Ozzy Osbourne used to live in Larchmont.
A lot of celebrities live in Hancock Park, Larchmont.
Hancock Park as well.
It's like they're they're very close, similar.
If I didn't live in the valley, I would do that.
It was so cute. If I didn't have 3 dogs, I would do that.
You could get a big property there though.
I know, but walking in neighborhood streets with 3 big dogs is a nightmare.
Fucking nightmare.
And then I feel guilty because I'm such a grass man. I'm like, you can't pee in the grass, but it's like there's nowhere to pee but people's grass. And then I feel like some people care, some people don't, and it's like, how are you to predict who cares and who doesn't care? And then like when there's another dog coming, you have to run across the street. I like living in the middle of the mountains next to no one. Well,
This is crazy.
this does feel great to be back. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's pretty nice.
I
I feel a little more hopeful.
me too.
I'm gonna work really. Here, I will say this. I'm gonna work really hard on finding hope again. And I think that one of the things is like people are like, I'm depressed. Like, it's not a choice. It's like no, like I'm really depressed. But there are things that I know I can do, and I have to force myself to do them. I don't want to fucking do them,
But
but I also don't want to wallow in this.
you can also depression is something that
It's a range. It's a spectrum.
yes, but there are things that you can proactively do
Yeah.
to help curb a little. I'm not saying it will solve it for everyone, but you can actively choose better foods, go on a walk, work out, have a routine, sleep 8 hours.
Yeah.
You can do things.
I mean, I can't choose sleep right now, but that's not.
Well, yeah.
That's neither here nor there. But I did reach out to my husband. I said, I'm choosing hope, and I want to start implementing things to do better.
He'll be back, so you'll have a little bit more help.
Yeah.
We're working again. I think that just helps.
Yeah.
It honestly does.
Yeah.
To like get out of the house, get out of baby world for a second. As much as we love our babies, you have to like be a part of real life, the real world for a second.
My baby's also like not a baby anymore. He's like pushing 40.
Right.
He's a big boy.
Well, this is delicious.
Yeah,
It's
girl.
so good.
I could put back 4 more pieces of that toast.
It's so good. I hope all of you are staying safe, having a great time.
Having a great time.
Well, I mean, if we're not, I hope they are.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Have a great time.
So,
Thank you so much for this. It was all fantastic.
You're welcome.
Chris. Do you like the toast?
It's so good.
their croissant was also like so good that you ate before we came back.
We filmed it. They saw it.
I don't think
Not that I took it for granted, but like a little break from the show and then coming back, I'm like, wow, it is so insane how lucky I am to do this for work. Like eating good food with people I like.
It is a great job. I was very sad that, I mean, I like pride myself on being a consistent, reliable person.
Yeah.
And so when things disrupt that, I feel very guilty about it. But I'm glad that you all hung around, hopefully. And
They will.
I hope we'll have a great year.
You know what?
We will.
We're
We
gonna
will.
have a great year. We're gonna let the sunshine in. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming down.
And life's gonna life. Life is always gonna life. It's always gonna be one thing after another, and we're just gonna keep dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Period.
That hat really did something for you, Liz.
It did, didn't it?
It's like when I put a wig on.
I'm giving it away, though. Should I go buy myself one?
We can come back. Give it to your dad. Oh my gosh, it even says love you on the side. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
it's cute.
That's a good gift to your dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. We will see you next week.
We will see you next week, even if there is another state of emergency.
I'm gonna bring my vlog camera with you.
And
with me.
I'll meet him wherever he may go.
And thank you so much. We love you very much. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. And that's the sip.
Ah, and don't forget, squatters have rights, and don't pay your rent if your shit is not working.
Toodaloo.
Bye. Put it in your mouth. I wish I could have this coffee. It's really good.
It's really good. Why can't you have it? You
want-
jitter.
You've seen me. I had a coffee today. You couldn't stand sitting next to me.
Bye.